So I went from this to this, and eventually I graduated with a first class. Now, people told me it wasn't possible. People told me there is no way that you have low grades in your 100 level and you still be able to graduate with a first class. But guess what? It happened for me. And I'm here to tell you that it can happen for you too. I'm here to share how it happened for me and to encourage you and to tell you that it is not too late. Never you believe that it is too late. It is not. I'm also going to be making videos on how to calculate your CGPA and the different study methods that have helped me so far. So subscribe and stay with me. Yeah, how did I go from getting low grades in 100 level to picking up and eventually graduating with good grades? The first thing that happened to me was a mindset shift. See, in my 100 level days, I didn't have a goal of making first class or whatever. In fact, I didn't even want to study the course that I was studying. So in my mind, it was like, okay, I want to leave this course. Like I was doing a number of things to get admission for the course that I actually wanted. So I wasn't really invested in the course that I was studying. I was just there. But the only thing is that I've always appreciated excellence, right? My results from my secondary school days, my primary school days were always good. Like they weren't usually filled with low grades. So when I finished 100 level and I started to see all of my grades, it was painful for me to see those kind of grades on my results. It made me pause for a minute. It made me sad, but it still did not give me the motivation or the drive needed, because inside of me self I was already feeling like, oh god, I already have a bad foundation. So I had already even lost hope. When one of my friends was just talking that time and he just mentioned that when he left home he had an agreement with his dad to actually finish with a first class, in my mind I was like, oh wow. I didn't have a goal of first class, but that challenged me, right? It made me feel like this is somebody like you and is working for a first class. Why are you not also doing that? Why are you comfortable with settling for less when there is more? But another part of me was like, it is already too late. Like, see your grades in other level. Do you think you'll be able to catch up with first class? And the things that we used to hear then, let me just mention them now, because I need you to start pressing delete for some of these things, because a proper mindset is very, very important in life, in achieving what you want. If you don't believe that you can achieve it, you can't achieve it. That's just the way it is. So then we used to hear things like, once your CGPA is bad in 100 level, there's no way you can recover from it. It will always be a struggle. Things like, once you have a C or a D in 100 level, just forget first class. Leave first class for them. Just be praying that you have second class upper. So I heard all of those things and I was feeling like, it is no longer possible. So in my mind, I desired better, but I was not moved to do better, because I was like, it's already too late. There's nothing I can do. But what caused a shift in mindset for me was my 200 level, beginning of my 200 level days. And then we had this lecture, and the lecturer said something in Yoruba. He said, "Orun tó wà níta yìí, ó ṣì tó aṣọ dẹ̀." Basically, what he meant was that the sun outside is still enough to dry your clothes if you spread them now. Something like that. So it challenged me, and he said, some of you did not do well in 100 level, but this 200 level you will pick up and keep doing better. And some of you did well in 100 level, and this 200 level you relax and then you get worse. So he gave that little pep talk that day. He just said it, and that moved something inside of me, and it made me feel like, girl, you're not an average person. You're not supposed to be comfortable with average. Regardless of whether you're going to get good results or not, still put in the effort. Whatsoever you find doing at all, do it well. That is what the Bible says. So it challenged me. And another thing that challenged me was like, I had an older friend then that traveled outside the country, and once in a while we used to talk, and he used to jokingly tell me that if you get anything less than the first class, don't even talk to me again, because I know that you can do better than that. I know that you are capable. I know that you can do well. So if you don't do well, it is not because you cannot do it. It is because you chose to be lazy. You chose to be average. Something like that. So that would always challenge me. Like the fact that he believed in me that I could do it. Then the next thing that helped me was to focus on my heavy unit courses. Now let me explain. Every course is important, yeah? Every course demands attention. But when I shared my 100 level results with my uncle and he looked at it, what he pointed out to me was that my CGPA would have been better, assuming that I did better in my heavy unit courses. Because if you pass, say for instance, a course is 3 units, if you do well in a 3 units course, it's like doing well in 3 places combined in one. But if you fail in a 3 units course, it's also like failing in 3 places combined in one. But if you fail in a 1 unit course, it's just you failed in just one place, so it does not really affect you like that. So I got that, and then I started to work on it. I did not neglect my lower unit courses. All I did was to prioritize. So most of the time, if for instance I have 2 exams tomorrow and then one is 3 units, one is 1 unit, I'll do my 3 units first, be sound in my 3 units first before getting into the 1 unit, regardless of how bulky the 1 unit is. Because I know that if for instance I get a B in the 1 unit course, I'm still okay with it. But if I get a B in a 3 units course, it will still pull down my CGPA, right? So I started to focus on my heavy unit courses. Whenever it was exam period, I started to set my priorities right. Now another thing that helped me was accountability. Yeah, my uncle was always asking for my results. So, and I like to look intelligent, I like to look smart, and my parents were making lots of sacrifices for me. My uncles were also really contributing to my education financially and in other areas. Now you know that feeling of how do you go and meet somebody that is sponsoring you and say you didn't do well, that kind of thing. So it also gave me the drive that I needed to keep working. Make a list of people that you don't want to disappoint, people that you know that they are expecting you to do well and you don't want to go back to them and say, oh, I did not do well. That kind of list, make it, and anytime you're getting discouraged, look at it and allow it to encourage you. And lastly, let me just say, this one is the most important one. See guys, the God factor can never ever ever be overrated. The God factor can never ever ever be overlooked. There were courses that I thought I was going to fail, and at the end of the day I had a B in it. In every area, it was God that helped me. Yeah, so this is another reminder to actually take your relationship with God seriously and to always ask for mercy, to always involve Him in all that you do. Acknowledge God and you see how He helps you. Yeah, so if you want to know the study methods that have been helping me and all of that, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping many more videos on school life and the things that helped me. And I would also love to hear from you, the things that are helping you, the things that have helped you in the past that I can also learn from. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.